The broken bucket. Have you ever looked at yourself and felt like you're not enough? Like no matter how hard you try, something inside you keeps slipping through your fingers and you can't hold things together the way other people seem to? If you've ever felt that way, tonight, I want to share a simple story with you. One about a father, a child, and an old wooden bucket with a quiet little crack in it. And maybe, just maybe, it'll change the way you see yourself. Chapter 1. The morning path. I grew up in a small, peaceful village. The kind where mornings smell like wet soil and sunlight drips slowly through the branches like honey. Every day at the break of dawn, my father would walk the long path toward the village well. A wooden yoke rested across his shoulders, carrying 2 buckets that swayed gently with each step. One bucket was sturdy, solid, dependable. The other, old and tired. Its wood had softened with age, and along one side ran a thin, stubborn crack that no repair could fully fix. As a child, I hated that bucket. I couldn't understand why my father kept using something broken, when choosing something whole would have been so much easier. Chapter 2. A child's doubt. Every walk home from the well felt the same. I'd watch the cracked bucket leak, drip after drip, leaving a shimmering trail behind us. By the time we reached home, the good bucket sat full and proud, while the cracked one carried barely half its weight. And I felt guilty. Guilty that we worked so hard, only to lose so much along the way. Kids are funny like that. We see ourselves in the things around us. And somewhere inside me, a small voice whispered, maybe I'm like that bucket, imperfect, disappointing, never quite enough. Chapter 3. The flowers. One evening, when the sky was painted gold, my father stopped halfway home. He set the yoke down, wiped the sweat from his brow, and looked at me with an expression that felt like he was reading every worry in my heart. Then he pointed to the ground beside the path. Look, he said softly. I followed his gaze. Along the edge of the road in the warm light of sunset, bloomed a line of wildflowers, yellow, purple, and white, swaying gently like they were breathing with us. They're beautiful, I whispered. My father nodded. They are? But do you know why they grow here and nowhere else along this road? I shook my head. He smiled. The kind of smile that warms a cold night. They grow because that old bucket leaks. Every drop it loses has watered this ground day after day. Without that crack, this path would be dry, empty. Chapter 4. The Reveal. I stood there quiet, suddenly seeing everything differently. The crack I'd viewed as a flaw, a weakness, was the very reason this path bloomed with color. Step by step, without effort, without intention, that bucket had been creating beauty simply by being what it was. And my father, he never once complained. He knew its value. He knew its purpose. He carried it with intention, not in spite of the crack, but because of it. And in that moment, something inside me shifted, like a knot being untied. Chapter 5. The lesson. Maybe we're all a little like that bucket. We carry cracks, the doubts, the fears, the mistakes we wish we could undo. But maybe those cracks don't make us less. Maybe they make us human. Maybe the things we lose along the way become the very things that help someone else grow. A quiet kindness we didn't think much of. A small moment of comfort we gave without realizing. A word that softened someone's hard day. We leak, yes, but we also water. And sometimes the beauty we create is something we'll never fully see, but others will. Ending, so if tonight you feel tired, worn, or not enough, I hope this story stays with you. You don't have to be perfect to create something beautiful. Sometimes, it is the broken bucket that grows the brightest flowers. And sometimes, that bucket is you.